World of Warships, War Gaming, Development Blog. Current status of aircraft carriers. Of aircraft carriers changes. Aircraft carriers changes. This shouldn't be here. Current status of aircraft carrier changes. And close test of tactical consumables. Fair enough. Captains, we have worked on changes to aircraft carrier and AE mechanics for a while now. Yeah, about 6 years, 7 years. Ever since you reworked RTS, you've been kind of floundering. To resolve the following systematic issues. Wait, which following systematic issues? Who wrote this? We worked on changes to aircraft carriers. Sorry, Carm, thank you for the 50 months. Thank you for the 50 months. We worked on changes to aircraft carrier and AM mechanics for a while now to resolve the following systematic issues. This is where you should follow up with what systematic issues. Our main goals are to reduce spotting capabilities of planes and dispose of unintentional spotting, make AA defenses more impactful at the time of its use, and keep aircraft carriers effective in battles. Okay, see, this is not necessary. You have to understand, this is not necessary. The only reason why you constantly have to keep your carriers overpowered is because the gameplay involved in carriers is so dogshit that no one would play the ship if it wasn't broken. Like, take a look at ships like Shimakaze, GK, Preußen, these Yamato. None of these ships are particularly effective in the game nowadays. In 2025, most of them are kind of punching bags. Yet they're still really popular. Do you know why? Because they're fun to play. They're very fun to play for the average player. Your problem with your aircraft carrier gameplay is that it's completely uninteresting to play. You have no plane controls besides turning left and right like you're playing Subway Surfers. And your attack is literally automatically diving and lining up. You don't take off your planes, you don't land your planes, you just select the squadron and it automatically does everything for you. There is no engaging gameplay in it, so the only reason people play it is because it's broken. So that's the only reason why you keep having to keep them overpowered, is because if they weren't, the gameplay would be so flat, so uninteresting, so shallow that no one would play it. It's pretty simple. Extensive internal and public testing has led to the following conclusions. Okay, let's see. While we're satisfied with the overall results and remain committed to the concept, we've decided it needs further polishing. So in other words, they're not satisfied with the result, which will take extra time. Okay. Our scope of work includes improving UI elements, adding new visual effects, fixing identified bugs, and adjusting balance. Additionally, the tests helped us identify several areas for improving the current concept. We have discovered that the new concept has room for some new strategic mechanics. No way. That led us to exploring some ideas we're now going to test. Be sure to check out the details below. To provide you more control over your defenses against enemy planes, we're replacing automatic AA with a new manually controlled tool. Bro, there's been a tool in the game for a while. It's called defensive AA. Just make it fucking useful. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. They keep trying to reinvent the wheel. They keep trying to make up this new fancy fucking thing. Bro, that wasn't necessary. Defensive AA exists. It's a consumable. Just make it effective. But I understand the point is here also to sell your new tool or whatever. Make it like a big gameplay change. But they're just like taking an existing thing and kind of like when they made... First they made sure that Hydra wouldn't work against subs. And then they added that new submarine surveillance shit to surface ships. It's like they're reinventing the wheel, bro. We already had Hydra. It was supposed to work against subs. We have defensive AA. It's supposed to work against planes. You don't need to do this shit. You're just making it convoluted for the sake of pretending like you're making some great, meaningful, sweeping changes when you're really not. But I'm glad that they're getting rid of the fucking automatic AA, because that's one of the most dogshit designs I've seen in a while. And considering we're talking about wargaming, that is impressive. It was it was an AA version that you had no control over. the enemy planes flying into it would charge it, the enemy planes flying into it would automatically activate it, and at no point could you control whether you could turn it on or off. It was entirely controlled by the fucking carrier planes, which makes no sense. Why the fuck do enemy planes have agency over the anti-air of my own ship? The whole concept was completely retarded, like something a CV main would think of. Just dog shit designs. To ensure that the changes are polished and well balanced. Come on. Polished and well balanced. That has not been in your vocabulary for the last fucking 2 years. We saw the entire Libertad line. Was that polished and well balanced? What about Valparaiso? Was that polished and well balanced? What about Chinano, Archerfish? Are they polished and well balanced? Like, bro, come on. What about Legmod Colombo? Is it polished and well balanced? Aye. Thank you, Grand Malakainu, for the 43 but bro, this sounds so tone deaf when you see what they've done lately. There's nothing polished and well balanced about their recent shit. It's copy pasta overpowered dog shit. They've decided to postpone its release until 2026. Oh man. So you were satisfied with the overall results and just needs a bit of further polishing, so you're delaying it minimum half a year? Minimum. I don't think you're very satisfied with the results. That's a lot of polish. That's a lot of polish. That's a lot of polish. At the same time, we want to begin implementing some changes on live server to make quality of life improvements to aerial and related mechanics. Those changes aim to improve aerial spotting and visibility mechanics by making them more transparent and consistent, as well as providing aircraft carrier additional means to defend themselves. Again, why do aircraft carriers need additional means to defend themselves? I've never understood this. The ship barely takes part in any surface combat. It sits, you put these islands on every map that they can hide behind in complete safety. They usually sit at the very back of the map. By the time they engage in any surface combat, the game is basically completely done, or some deity has managed some heroic rush around the flank and managed to catch up there. And now the idea that when this happens, the deity can't even come out on top, but the deity needs to lose that fight as well. Like, on what fucking planet do carriers need additional means to defend themselves? They can already sail in a straight line away and just spam planes at anyone who's chasing them. I don't get it. We'd like to share our current plans and outline the features that we will implement in the near future. Okay. As previously announced, in update 14.7, we will introduce several changes aimed at improving the gameplay experience of aircraft carriers as well as other ships' interactions with them. While we're actively working on developing and improving the concept based on results of the previous test, we're also going to test some new ideas aimed to enrich aircraft carriers' gameplay, as well as a new AA tool. Daily reminder that when they first introduced the CV rework, one of the goals was to enrich anti-air. The counterplay and anti-air was supposed to be enriched. And then they, in every patch afterwards, they nerfed the AA. So, until we have what we have now, which is a joke. From July 22 to July 22nd, we'll conduct the closed test of these mechanics. Okay. Early next year, we're going to hold another public test. A public test next year? We will complete the series test, including a public test, to determine if the results are satisfactory. If they are, we plan to release... Bro, this rework is like a year away at this point. So at the start of the next year, there's a test. Only then is there a test. Holy shit, yeah, this is like a year delayed at least. Holy. Changes to aircraft carriers in update 14.7. We've already announced the changes coming to aircraft carriers in update 14.7 next patch, but you can find all the details in the dedicated dev blog. If you missed it, here's a brief recap. We made several changes regarding visibility of ships aimed to reduce spotting. Fires now give you a 2 km debuff instead of 3 km. All planes can now be spotted from 10 kilometers. Depth charge, airstrike, fighters, patrol fighters, and other AI controlled now have the same 10 km. Aerial spotting is no longer increased by firing main guns of a ship. So you can actually park behind an island and duck without getting plane spotted. That's pretty nice. All ships now have the same maximum base detectability range by 10 kilometers. It also affects periscope detectability. This is really wild though. Because this is such a gigantic... Well, this is buffed to CVs, because CVs aren't going to get as plane spotted, so CVs getting sniped. This reduces CVs getting sniped at the start, because they won't get plane spotted. But more importantly, this is a huge battleship buff, which is kind of wild, because battleships generally suffer the least from plane spotting, mostly because, well, they can take the hit. So it's kind of what now you have Colombo with the same air detection as a Venezia, which is, I don't really understand that. Standard spotting range of which all player controlled aircraft can render ships and planes is set at 20 kilometers. Yeah. To add more variety to aircraft carrier gameplay and give them an extra way to defend themselves, we've added the option to manually control their secondary. Again, why do they need the extra way to defend themselves? That's what I don't understand. We've adjusted the duration of fires for aircraft carriers. Fires will now last longer, but deal less damage per second. It's the Graf Spee fire. Parameters of damage control will be adjusted so they work quicker and have shorter cooldowns. What they're trying to say is they get the best DCP in the entire game. It lasts 30 seconds, so 50% longer than the best DCP in the game, which is the American DCP, which lasts 20 seconds. This thing lasts 30 seconds, but it also has a fast cooldown of 70 seconds, unlike American 80 seconds. So they basically get the best of both worlds. They get super long duration with a short cooldown on top. So yeah, it's pretty... And also they don't burn 60 seconds, they burn 45 anyway, so... In addition to the previously announced changes, aircraft carriers' fire resistance has been proved to be on par with high-tier battleships. Then why won't they burn as long as a high-tier battleship? Why isn't their DCP the same as a high-tier battleship? You gotta remember, the battleships actually need to shoot and put themselves in positions to use their guns, whereas the carrier has no such requirements and doesn't suffer from shooting, bloom, or anything. So why does it need to have a better one? Doesn't make a whole lot of sense unless you're cuddling a specific class. Test of new tactical. I hate tactical. I hate everything tactical that they add to carriers because there's nothing. I really hate the most I hate about it is the name tactical consumable. There is nothing fucking tactical about these tactical squadrons that they have. They call them tactical squadrons, but what they basically are completely expendable planes that you can throw away at anything without giving a shit because they're infinite and you don't suffer in any way from losing them. So there's literally nothing tactical. You just throw them out. Oh, I need a fire? Let's throw out the tactical jet planes and go fucking strike a fire. Oh, he shot down all my planes, but who gives a shit? I got my fire. There's nothing tactical about it. It's just... Might as well call them griefing consumables, because that's what they are. They're a new way to grief. Previous tests have shown there's room to introduce new strategic mechanics to aircraft carriers. Our aim is to make gameplay more varied and engaging when you're controlling planes and flying over the battlefield. So we want to give carrier players additional means to influence the battles. What? The biggest carrier class in the game needs more battle influence? Additional means to influence the battles and support the ship. Are you fucking shitting me? Why does this... This is like, oh yeah, we really like the Kleber, but we want to give it the radar as well so it can have more influence. Why? It doesn't need it. The same way these things certainly don't need more influence. That is why we're going to start testing tactical consumables for aircraft carriers. If you're around for the Pinata Hunt or participated in Clan Battle Season 25, you may find the concept of tactical consumables familiar. Oh no. Similar to support consumables, they occupy an additional slot and are activated via tactical map. Oh boy. Currently, we're going to test two such consumables. Coal Patrol Fighters and Coal Smoke. Bro, stop giving more smokes to carriers. It's so fucking stupid that something that once used to be a DD specific thing, then kind of spread to cruisers, then spread to battleships, is now also available to carriers. Because the worst part is, carriers can smoke up things without taking any risks. Yeah, every other ship has to be there to lay the smoke screen. But for some reason, these things can just fucking fly by and lay a smoke screen. If you've ever played against a good Essex player or something, it's the most obnoxious shit ever. When you're trying to fight an enemy DD or something and then the fucking carrier just shows up, smokes up his friendly DD and starts spotting you with his planes. It's like, okay, well this fight that looked fair, these fucking planes showed up at 250 knots and this fair fight turned completely lopsided. Luckily, most retarded carriers only smoke themselves, but that doesn't change that the battle influence that they have is absolutely monumental. With more types potentially added in the future, these consumables will work according to several general rules. You can activate tactical consumables while controlling certain aircraft. When you activate the consumable, tactical map will appear where you can select the area you want to apply it to. There's a distance limit for how far the selected area can be from the aircraft you're controlling at the moment. Once the consumable is activated, a specific marker, such as a signal smoke, appears in the selected area. This area will have two stages. Preparation stage begins when a marker appears in the area. At that moment, a preparation timer starts and it will be visible for both teams. Active stage begins when the timer runs out. At that point, the marker disappears and the effect is activated. The cooldown of a tactical consumable begins after its effects wear off. Okay. There's a thing. So is it this exact same thing? It starts laying the smoke. But what are these? Okay, they're just showing the duration and the waiting for air group thing. Okay, yeah, that's what they're showing. Call patrol fighters. This tactical consumable calls fighters into the area. They patrol the area, detecting and attacking enemy airplanes. A signal rocket will serve as a marker. When the marker timer expires, the consumable effect is activated. Thus, fighters will appear in the area and begin patrolling without an activation delay. They will behave like standard fighters and won't be able to spot enemy ships. Okay. So this is what, just another way to set a fighter plane? They say they can't spot enemy ships, but do they still have the 2km spotting, like the proxy spotting or whatever? It seems like a really big area is covering with that thing. That seems like really huge area to know. Because it's kind of like, is it S6 planes or something that where they're not supposed to spot, but then within 2 kilometers they spot anyway? Okay, I don't understand the point of calling it right on top of this guy. Didn't it say they removed all fighter spotting? Yeah, we'll see how they actually did it then. I don't understand why he's calling it on top of an enemy battleship though, if it's a fighter plane, but whatever. CV logic. Cold smoke curtain. This tactical consumable lets you create a smoke area at a specific location. A smoke signal will serve as a marker. When the marker time expires, the consumable effect activates, therefore a group of planes will appear bringing smoke bombs. After these bombs hit the surface, a smoke screen will form. Please note that the difference between tactical squadrons of American aircraft carriers of S6 line and tactical smoke curtain deployers. In the first case, the smoke screen is set by the planes you're controlling in the area they fly over when you activate the smoke curtain generator consumable. When using tactical smoke curtain deployers, you just select the area where you want the smoke screen and AI-controlled planes will deploy it. God bless, we get AI planes as well now. Okay, whoa, the area is huge though. Wait, hold on, what the fuck, that area is huge? I thought it was going to be limited in some way, but what the fuck, the distance you can deploy this shit. Look at that! What the fuck, it's huge. So, the aircraft carrier rework will be planes summoning planes that lay smokes. Interesting. So, wait. Can IS-6 smoke planes summon planes that lay smokes and then smoke themselves? Probably. Holy fuck, bro. But the difference between a good and a bad CV will just be emphasized by this, though, because being able to, like, smoking up your cruiser and shit in the camp and stuff is super fucking strong. Test of a new AA tool. Okay, here we go. Here we go. Additionally, we're going to test a new tool, AA tool, Aimed Fire, which replaces the previously tested automatic AA defense reinforcement. Like automatic AA defense reinforcement, Aimed Fire is designed to discourage enemy aircraft from repeatedly attacking the same ship. Okay, wargaming, could I just get AA fire that shoots down enemy planes? You know, the fucking original idea of anti-air fire was like fucking shoot down the plane. Could I just get AA that shoots down enemy planes instead of something that is designed to discourage enemy aircraft from repeatedly attacking the same ship? Not even discourage from attacking, but discourage from repeatedly attacking, to make sure that the first attack needs to go through, and the second one probably still, but maybe the third one, yeah, that's when it needs to get a bit tight. Could we fucking skip that shit and could you just give me AA that fucking throws up a massive flak barrage and just shits on planes. Could we just get that for a change? Like actual anti-air instead of these fucking demoralization tools that don't attack me 10 times in a row or you will lose a plane. Like, give me fucking proper anti-air already. Though it will function a bit differently. Okay. Imagine AA regenerating. Yeah, imagine just that to begin with. Aimfire will have special progress bar that fills. Why do they fucking love their retarded? You know why they love their retarded progress bars? Because they don't want you to have it ready right away. They need to get that. The carrier needs to fucking torture you for a bit before you get it. You need to get fucked a bit. Like, you need to get fisted like at least 5 times before wargaming is like, oh, whoa, not a 6th time, guys. Can't have the 6th fisting. When there is an enemy aircraft in the firing range of your AA defenses, when your AA defenses fire at enemy aircraft. In that case, the progress bar fills faster. Wait, what? So wait, you can fill it? As long as they're within range, I guess with your AA is off. So if your AA is off, you fill it slowly, but then if your AA is firing, it fills faster, okay? Once the progress bar is filled, you can activate aim fire by pressing V to get a temporary bonus to AA damage. Oh, we get to activate it ourselves! Oh, thank you, gracious host. No longer does the carrier decide when it activates. We get to press the button ourselves. Thank you, Wargaming. 128 keys on the keyboard, and you're allowing us to use 1 to press AA on or off. Thank you very much. Just like combat instructions, if the conditions are not met for a certain time, you will start losing accumulated progress. Okay. Wow. Of course. This just seems like a much shittier version of defensive AA, which is saying a lot because defensive AA has been nerfed so fucking hard. Holy shit. All the ships in the game will get aim fire, and since its role overlaps with modified defensive AA fire consumable, we plan to remove the latter. What? Am I misread? Wait, what the? Wait, huh? Aim fire will have improved parameters on ships that previously had modified defensive AA fire with enhanced parameters in a separate slot. American Destroyer. Wait, you're gonna take away our defensive AA and they're gonna give us this dog shit? Bro, there's no fucking way. You're really gonna take, like, I know they've been nerfing defensive AA for a long time. They hate the idea of having any sort of fucking counterplay. But you're really gonna fucking remove it so that when the carrier comes in for the attack at the beginning, no one on the enemy team has any tools against the planes. No one. Everyone needs to charge up their fucking bullshit button to be able to do anything. And if you don't, and if this fucking carrier doesn't strike the same target repeatedly, no one ever gets their fucking button activated. What the fuck? Thank you, Wargame. Your CV. Honestly, I expected your CV rework to be fucking dog shit, and I expected it to be endless content as you try to fucking find excuses to give CVs more buffs. But even I will admit, even fucking I didn't expect you to nuke defensive AA from the game. My god, that is impressively fucking retarded. And you're doing it at the same time as you're giving carriers 2 different tactical squadrons, a smoke and a fucking fighter plane they can call in anywhere on the map. So at the same time as you're giving carriers more utility, you're removing utility from every single ship that is supposed to counter carriers. Nice. Good one. Isn't Laffy's feature in the next dockyard improved defensive AA, and they're fucking gonna remove it? Nice one, guys. Nice one. Wait, is that the buff? 40%? No. Wait. Wow. Incomparable shot down, what, 2 planes at the start? 40%. 40% continuous. So again, if you don't have continuous, it's completely useless. They removed all the buffs to the flak, because I think they're still going to go through with their retarded change of removing flak entirely. So it's just a straight up number generator, hoping your continuous ticks high enough to kill. And if they have a heal, you won't do anything. That's it. Wow. I'ma be real. I expected it to be bad, but bro. Wait, what did they say? Weren't they gonna... To provide you more control over your defense system against enemy planes. Provide you more control over your defenses. You're removing modified defensive AA and giving us a charging funny button that only buffs continuous. And it buffs it by 40%. Wasn't it just 40%? 40%? Wait, isn't 40% shit as well? Hold on. Isn't like 40% like dog water? This one is 100% because it's improved. It's 100% and 300%. The booster one is not improved, so it's 50% continuous. And they're giving us more control by removing the shell explosion damage bonus, removing the ability to use it when we want, and making it a charging fucking funny button that you won't have ready ever, and it's worse at only 40%. It's actually so dog shit. Holy fuck, bro, this is so dog shit. They really don't want you to shoot down planes. That's what it comes down to. This developer does not want you to be able to shoot down any fucking planes ever. That is impressive. Holy shit. I can't wait for them to remove the flak and then we're just stuck with the 40% continuous. Aye, that's gonna be fucking great. That's gonna be fucking really great. Ships that basically live and die based on their flak will now have to rely entirely on continuous. So for example, gearing that has the whole gimmick of it is the flak. It's gonna lose that, so it's gonna have 105 continuous short range, 109 mid range, and 63 long range. Who gives a shit if you buff that by 40% or 100%? It's gonna be dog shit anyway. The only thing worth making it worthwhile is buffing the flak. Yeah. Bro, imagine Atlanta. Bro, imagine Atlanta. Bro, they're on a fucking go. They're on a tear here to just make sure Atlanta never ever shoots down a single plane. The whole gimmick of this ship was supposed to be the flak, but now we're gonna have 88 short range continuous, 184 long range. And you're gonna have a 40% boost on that. Really? 40%. What is that? 70-ish? Come on. 184. 70-ish extra. Who cares at that point? You, bro. Bro, it's time to face the facts. They still don't think carriers are busted enough. I guess they're still not getting enough players playing carriers, so they still don't think they're overpowered enough. So they're giving them tactical fighters, they're giving them tactical smokes, and they're making sure your fucking counterplay is absolutely flushed down the toilet. My god. This is what they cooked up in half a year. Let's see what they've cooked up 1 year from now, when even less people are playing CVs probably again, because the gameplay is so uninteresting, so they're gonna have to do another set of buffs to the ship. Holy fuck.